Um, Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ignite India. This is the expert class on quantitative aptitude. Today with us, we have Mr. Ananth here with us, who is an expert on, aptitude classes and a trainer from, I think, more than 10 years. He has experience of that. He teaches in a lot of centers like Pehel, Career Launcher, and other places. He's a postgraduate from XLRI. We welcome you, sir, here. We have around 55 plus students here who are listening to the session.
Yeah,
I hope.
yes, Rimjim, I want to add here about Mr. Ananth. He is like, if you guys are here, I would like, don't miss his classes. If you are missing anything else also in this quarantine days, that's okay, but don't miss his classes. If you have a dream later on for MBA and whatsoever in your life, you just ask me the course name, whatever course, either it's a CAT or MAT or BBA, CLAT, MCA, whatever course, and all those courses, the students are pass out from the industry, and though they are working because from more than decade, he's in the same industry and he's coaching a student. He has lead so many business and their business development. So we must welcome Mr. Ananth Acharya here. He is my guide and mentor too. So I would like him to invite here, and we want him to address the student from here. Thank you, sir.
So I begin.
Yes, sir, you can.
And how long do I have time, Rimjim?
You have 40 to 50 minutes. They can rejoin the link if you want to start, take one more session.
नहीं बहुत है उसके बाद बोर हो जाएंगे बच्चे.
ठीक है, okay.
Right, good evening, guys. So wave your hand to say good evening. I know that your sounds, everything is muted. Very good, nice, thanks. So the idea here is, let me very, very clearly clarify here that we are not going to portray to one particular exam per se. Okay, we are portraying to the basic commonality of preparation towards any kind of a competitive exam that one has to write, irrespective of the kind of career that you are in currently. So you may want to write a NIFT exam, a NATA exam, an NID exam, a law exam, a BBM entrance exam, a BHM entrance examinations, engineering, medicine छोड़ के, right? जो तुम्हें लिखना है. In all those exams, there are basic requirements, and one of those main requirements is clearing aptitude examinations, right? One small portion of aptitude comes and one small portion of quantitative comes. Unfortunately, I do not have a poll here. Otherwise, I would have started with a poll asking how many of you hate maths. I know that yes के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा answer होता, but still, nevertheless, right? The idea here that I'm trying to take, because I'm trying to take these classes in a very, very regular way, and I do not want the class to be more than 40 minutes because I want it to be quality, but enough time for you to even practice on it. So keeping that in mind, right? So what I am planning to do is take this class as straightforward, as simple as possible. Sometimes you may feel that यार ये सब तो किया हुआ है, ये क्यों पढ़ना है? You may get that kind of a concept in your mind. Or second is, ठीक है, बहुत maths मेरे को पहले से ही boring था, अभी और boring लग रहा है. Saying those two statements is good, but then the problem is, by the end of the day, I know that I have to know maths, I have to solve maths, I have to clear maths. Okay, so we are starting with basics. Now, what do you think the basics of maths is? The basics of maths is calculations, because every question is about calculation. Okay, so the basics of maths is calculation. So I'm assuming, give me a thumbs up if you are ready with a pen and a paper. If you are not ready, then go get up, because maths कभी भी दिमाग से सिर्फ दिमाग से नहीं हुआ है. Pen and paper is very important to do maths, right? Great. So I'm sharing now, going to share screen with you. Basically a whiteboard for me. Now, when we talk about maths, the basic things that we require to know, right? So what are we going to cover today into this 40 minutes? We need to know, ये कहाँ से आया? Rimjim?
I'm not doing it.
Who's doing what?
Please, guys, if you have by mistake selected this, yeah, I think it's yours. Or
मेरे में तो delete होना चाहिए, मेरे में delete नहीं हुआ क्या? Someone else.
So, sorry to interrupt you. So, someone did that thing. I think we have option to do that.
Could you please mute his video or remove that student?
We have done it, and I have muted everyone now.
No. Just remove this student, whomsoever he is.
Now, all I would suggest is don't engage in screen sharing. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all. So please tell me, are you able to see the screen? All of you, whiteboard?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. Chalo, theek. Let's start. So what is the plan for today? I would like to introduce numbers to you, right? Basic understanding of what numbers is. And then let's understand about from numbers, we will go into quick multiplications. And post quick multiplications, we will also look into something called as squares. Okay, squaring numbers. So we'll start with this. This should be my first priority, followed by this because this is quite interesting, followed by this because most of you will ignore this. Okay? So this is the line in which we will be floating. Now let's understand what numbers are. So everybody knows what is a number, correct? So let's start with it. How do I classify numbers? So it's very important for us to understand how do we classify numbers. So most of you will start thinking numbers as even, odd, integers, natural number, whole number. Good. But these are not the way that numbers get classified. The basic way numbers get classified is real number and an imaginary number. Okay? Almost every competitive exam that you're talking about in this country is talking about real numbers and not talking about imaginary numbers unless and until it's a technical based entrance examinations like IIT JEE kinds. So we will not be entering into imaginary numbers. We will be sitting with real numbers. Now, what do you mean by real number? A number or any number that can be plotted in a number line. So we all know that there is a number line, right? We have learned this during our school days, which starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, all the positive in one side and all the negative values on the other side. So any number that can be plotted in these number line is basically a real number. Okay. So if I have to figure out real number further classification, real numbers are further classified as a rational and an irrational number. Now we will not go in depth of it because when numbers come as a topic itself, we'll be learning more of rational and irrational numbers. All of us, whatever classification of numbers we had in our mind, they all fall under this category of rational number. Okay? Rational number is basically a number which can be written in the form of P by Q. And thus, you get rational numbers as, what are the rational numbers that you end up getting? You get them as, your natural numbers, then your whole numbers, and then your integers. All of them are your rational numbers. Okay? And I'm sure all of you know what natural number is, starting from 1, 2, 3, and so on. Whole numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And integers which has positive and negative sign given to set of whole numbers, where 0 is basically neutral. Right? मैं ये सब ऊपर से बोल रहा हूँ that this is all information that we are recollecting or trying to know about it. In depth, we will again go in some other chapter. Don't bother about it. Right. Now, So when it comes to a further classification of natural numbers, you can also do natural numbers as even numbers, odd numbers. भैया जी किसी का तो हाथ आ रहा है, देख लो. Even numbers, odd numbers, then you have composite, and then you have prime. Right? So there are multiple things. Now, what is important for us? For us, the biggest thing that's important is that we need to know. So let's today concentrate on a quick calculation on squares. Okay. Hello, Rimjim.
Yes.
Are you able to see this screen called as VFX?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, that's typed by someone. So can you check what is happening?
Can you stop doing it? Because as a host, I really cannot see it. So please go to the view option where you have chosen annotate as an option. Please remove it.
No, I think, yeah. So someone would have got that annotation option. Yeah, that will be great, guys. So
yeah,
just
thank you for removing whoever that person is. Just please.
It's possible that you are touching your screen, you know, to adjust your volume or the mic, and suddenly the annotation is happening. Ho sakta hai. Technology is very crazy sometimes, so don't bother much. Now, so let's understand quick calculation of square. So before we get into quick calculation of square, the first thing that I want you all to do is, can you for me write squares from 1 to 25? All of you. In your book. 1 to 25, but without using a calculator. Please understand this. I don't want you to use a calculator now. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9. Deepika Mondal, you're not writing. जो आता है लिखो. 1 square 2 square 3 square 25 square तक. जो नहीं आता है उसको blank छोड़ दो. Okay, so 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81, 10 square 100. I'm sure that most of your vehicle went very easy till here, right? The uphill task came after this. कुछ लोगों का आगे बढ़ा होगा. 11 square 121, 12 square 144, 13 square 169, लेकिन इसके बाद बहुत सारे पंचर्स निकल आए होंगे बाहर, right? 14 square 196, 15 square 225, 16 square 256, 17 square 289, 18 square 324, 19 square 361, 20 square, now all of you know this, 20 square 400, 21 square 441, 22 square 484, 23 square 529, 24 square 576, and 25 square 625. Great, guys. If you have not got, even if you are at least you have written down 1 to 25, right? So your objective now has to be to remember that, okay? Because if you remember this 1 to 25, you can generate any square from 1 to 1000. Up to 1000, you can generate any squares that you want. But if you have to remember 1 to 25. So let me show you how. Okay. Let's say I want to know what is 93 square. Clear? So first I will see is how much is 93 less than 100. So 93 is 7 less than 100. So how much is 93 less than 100? 7 less than 100. And thus I will square this 7. And then I get 49. Did you understand, all of you? Please give me a thumbs up if you have done that. Clear. Now, because 93 is 7 less than 100, I subtract that 7 from 93. 93 minus 7, 86. I write 86, and thus 8649 becomes 93 square. Did you understand this? I'll give one more for all those who are still confused. Okay, I hope you have written down 1 to 25, so I'm erasing this. Okay, and let's get into understanding another problem. Take any value. For right now, I am taking value only closer to 100. We will come back stage by stage to other values. Don't jump into. Okay, there is no anyway we are locked down, so no hurry. So don't jump. We will go stage by stage. I want to know what is 96 square. Now, how much is 96 less than 100? It is 4 less than 100. And thus I square this 4. And when I square the 4, I get 16. And when I reduce 4 from 96, I get 92. And thus 9216 becomes 96 square. Got it, guys? So all I have to remember is 1. The last 2 digits here, the value that you're writing here should always be a 2-digit number. The value that you're writing here should always be a 2-digit number. Means if I have a 97 square, how much is 97 less than 100? 3. When I square 3, I get only 9. But I said that this place has to be a 2-digit number, and thus I will write this as 0, 9. I will write this as a 2-digit number. Now, and then I will reduce this 3 from 97. I get 94. So 9409 becomes your 97 square. Good going? Now, so let's look into, it's not that I'm looking only here. I will take one more example now. So let's say that I want to square 89. How much is 89 less than 100? 11. So what would be 11 square? 121. Now remember, I said that here I need only a 2-digit number. But right now I have a 3-digit number. Thus, I will write only 21 here and take 1, the leftover 1, as a carryover. Okay? I will write only the last 2 digits here, and whatever is left over, I will take it as a carryover. Now, I will reduce 11 from 89. 89 minus 11, 78. Now remember, you have a carryover in your hand, which is 1. So what is 78 plus 1? 79. So 7921 becomes 89 square. Check your calculators if you still have a doubt. I think there are some Okay, no doubts, right? Okay. If you have doubts, guys, unmute yourself and ask question. Okay, please unmute yourself and ask question. Don't put it in chat. There is no point. And all those who feel that maths is tough, please let me know if this is tough.
So I have a doubt.
Yes, so there is one person who's speaking. Can you please put your name?
Saurav.
Yes, Saurav, please tell me.
What if the number is in 50s, like 57?
Okay, that doubt is invalid. I told you, don't jump the guns. We will reach that. In this, whatever we have done, do you have a doubt? In this question, in these three examples that we have done, does anyone have a doubt? No, right? All you guys have to remember is this, that when I square a number, the difference, you know, the difference number when I square a difference number, it can be a 2-digit number, or it can be a single-digit number, or it can be a 3-digit number when I square it. All I have to ensure that my last set of this has to be always a 2-digit number. So either you'll have to add a 0 to make it as a 2-digit number, or you will always end up getting a 2-digit number, or you will have to have a carryover to get for the 2-digit number. Right? These are the only 3 situations you will get. You will not get any 4th situation here. Okay? Now, so the example that we took right now is all, if you realize, all these values are closer to 100. And they are less than 100. So now let's move into a next situation where values are still closer to 100, but more than 100. Okay. Rimjim.
Yes.
I think you have given a control to many people around.
No, I haven't given, sir, to anyone. Everyone is muted and the video is also like, I think you only have it.
No, but not because of video and audio, control of mouse.
I cannot hear you. Is it the new computer? Is there other computer that you have attached to? Because I'm unable to hear you. Ananth sir, you are inaudible.
Ananth sir, you're not audible.
Ananth sir, you are not audible. Can you hear us? Ananth sir, can you hear us? You are not audible.
I think he muted his computer.
I am the host.
Rimjim, could you please call him?
Yeah, I've sent him a chat message also.
No, I think you should call him.
Yeah, okay. 1 second.
Guys, just wait for a minute. We will call him in. Meanwhile, I just want to know, you all can see the screen now when he talks, so you can all can see this screen, right? You have to select this screen there. Rimjim, you have to call him because he is not getting it. He's just solving it. I thought he.
Sir, you are not audible actually to anyone. I think you are speaking from another computer maybe. So you're not audible to us.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Now you're audible. Can you continue the last thing that you did?
Oh, okay, I'll do that. Okay, so maintaining back, See, what we did on the left-hand side of the screen was taking values which were less than 100. Now, what we have to do is taking values which are more than 100. So, right-hand side is values which are more than 100. So, for less than 100, we were doing minus. So, on the more than 100, I have to end up doing plus. That's the only difference. So, if I have to look at 103 square, 103 is 3 more than 100. So, I do 3 square, which is 09. And I add that 3 to 103, and that's why it becomes 106. Okay, 108 square, 8 more than 100, so square 8, 64, add 8, 116. 123 square, 23 more than 100, so we all have written down 1 to 25 square, so 23 square is 529, so I write 29 and 5 becomes my carry forward. That 5 gets added when 123 plus 23, 146, and then 5 added, 151. Right? Okay. So when I was studying, you know, I learned one more concept called as Ande ka funda. Okay. I'll tell you what exactly this concept was. You'll be very surprised to see this. Do you see this value here, all of you? 10609, which is square of 103. Great. Now let's look at, you know what 11 square is? All of you know this. Good. You know what 12 square is? Yes. You know what 13 square is? Yes. Why did I say Ande ka funda? Just put a 0 between 1 and 3. What do you get? 103 square. And what is 103 square? Putting 0 between all these digits. Did you see that? You had 13 square, which is 169. And just by putting a 0 in between 1 and 3, you got 103 square. 13 square is 169. So put 0 between these two values. So 10609 is your 103 square. What is 12 square? 144. So if 12 square is 144, what is 102 square? Any rocket science required now?
10404.
Yeah? 11 square is 121. What is 101 square, guys? But now, what gets you here may not get you there. So don't put now this for everyone, right? Because 11 square, 12 square, 13 square happened. Don't do this for 14 square. It will not be right. It is correct only for this exists. This format exists only for 11 square, 12 square, and 13 square. That's all. Okay, so few things. Basically, why did I say this? Does this really help me? May not. But the point is, it's so catchy that I will not forget it. The idea is that. The idea is not about how to solve. The idea is about how not to forget. Right? Okay, now let's get into, I think I will be doing only squares with you today, but no problem. Let's get into that. So now let's get into certain questions where the number was not close to 100, but away from 100. Okay. So let's say that I am talking about a 39 square. 39 is far from 100. So all I will do first, guys, is this, that, okay, what is the system, base system that we all work in? What is our base system called as? Decimal. This is our base system that we call it. That's why you have digits as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's all the digits you have in numbers, right? Using these digits is how you create 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But these are the digits you have, because that's why you call it as a decimal number. Now, when you have a decimal number and when you square, what value do you get? 100. So whenever you're squaring a number, my reference point is always considered as 100. This is my reference point. So that's why when we did 93 squared, I was referring with respect to 100. Okay. But unfortunately, not all values will be close to 100. There will be some values which are close, but there are many values which are far away from 100. For example, this 39 square. So 39 square is very far from 100. But I know for the fact that 39 square is at least closer to 50. Okay. So it is 11 less than 50. Got it? Because it is very far from 100, I know that 39 is 11 less than 50. So what is 11 square? 121. So I will write 21 here and 1 will be my carryover. And now I will do 39 minus 11. I get 28. But guys, this is where I have to take one precaution. So don't do 28 plus 1, 29 and write this. That is going to be wrong for you. Okay. What is the precaution I have to do here? Till now, so let's look at 93. I'm now comparing this 93 and this 39 here. What did we do in 93? We said this is 7 less than, we squared 7, we wrote 49 and we reduced 7 from 93. Directly we got 86 and we wrote 86. But now here, when I reduce, I get 28. But I'm getting 28 because for my reference point 50. My reference point in case is 50, which is half of 100. So I cannot write 28 directly. I have to write half of 28, which is 14, with a carryover 1, which is 15. Thus, 1521 becomes 39 square. I repeat what we are supposed to do. So in very simple way, I'm going to repeat now. So if I have a number close to 50, I will look at how much closer is it to 50. 11 less. So I will square 11. I get 121. I will write 21 and take 1 as a carryover. I will reduce 11 from my number 39. I get 28. Because my reference point is 50, I will halve this value. Always. I get 14. Now I have this carryover in my hand. So I will add this carryover and I get 15. So 1521 becomes my square of 39. So let me take another example. Okay, this example again is now lesser than 50 that I'm taking. So let's say I want to know what is 43 squared. 7 less than 50. So I square 7, 49, I get no carryover. Good for me. Now I reduce 7 from 43. I get 36. Because my reference point is 50, I'll halve this. And that's 18. So 1849 becomes my 43 square. Did we understand this, guys? So if your reference point is 50, you half it. If your reference point is 100, you just leave it. Okay? The process is same. If your number is less than the reference point, you're subtracting. If the number is more than the reference point, you're adding. So if you're saying 57 square, which is 7 more than 50, 7 square, 49. 57 plus 7, 64. 64 by half, 32. 3249. Is your 57 square. So do you know why I asked you to learn till from 1 to 25? Because if I have to find out 26 to 50, if I have to find from 26 to 50, all these numbers, so take any number if you want. Take any number you want. When you look at this number with respect to 50, it is 19 less than 50. And do I know 19 square? Yes, the range here is 25, guys. So no matter what value I take, I know the square of that value because I remember the square from 1 to 25. So it's very important for me to remember this value 1 to 25. Okay. As said, guys, I do not know what kind of an exam you are writing. I do not know what is the the quantity of maths in that examination and the weightage of that maths. But irrespective of it, maths exist, and thus you got to solve it. Okay. So the earlier I'm ready, the better I'm ready, the easier my entire life will be. As simple as that. Clear? So are we clear with squaring? If anyone has any doubt now, you can ask.
So I have a doubt.
Yes,
This
please.
is Joel. So you said that when you took 50 as the reference point, you halved the number which you subtracted, right? So if we take a number closer to 200, say, do you multiply by 2?
Absolutely, Joel.
Okay. So
Let's say
it goes on
191
for any
square.
number.
So 191 square. How much less
So,
than 200? 9 less, right? So I square 9, I get 81. I reduce 9 from 191, I get 182. But my reference point is 200, which means I have to twice it now.
Okay.
So 364 becomes this value.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome.
1 second, everyone. Can we just rejoin the link? This session is about to end. So everyone, if you're listening to me, just rejoin the same link in like another 10 seconds. So please
Yeah,
just
we will
join back.
we will have 10 minutes for a doubt session, and which all exam the numbers this will come, that also we'll discuss.
Please rejoin the session, please, everyone. Thank you.
Okay.